Congratulations. You listen to the EP, you listen to your boy, you're paying attention to your boy, and now guess what? The time is here. Now, I will say, this is not a vocal tutorial, but the vocal tutorials are coming. Don't even worry about it. They're gonna be here. We gonna handle that. But I wanna make sure that everybody's on the same page before we do that. This is like an intro to vocal tutorials before we get into the deep, advanced type shit. You feel me? You dig? Now I can only assume that most of the people who are asking for vocal tutorials and like vocal chain and all that shit, it's probably because you're recording yourself. So this video is gonna be mainly for people who record themselves. If you're really looking for a way to figure out how to ask your engineer to give you what you want and maybe communicate better with your engineer, I can make a video like that too. Just let me know and we'll see what I can do. Before we jump into vocal tutorials and showing you what my process is, we need to figure out why your vocals are trash. I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why I think your vocals are probably trash. Today's episode of this is brought to you by Ice Cube because he's on my hoodie today. You dig? So your vocals are trash. So your vocals are trash, right? But your microphone's probably not one of the reasons why your vocals are trash. You feel me? There's gonna be a lot of people that tell you that you need to get this mic or that mic, but you really don't need to get an expensive mic. It doesn't matter what mic Lil Skies is using, what Trippie Redd is using, what Drake is using, anybody. You do need a good mic, but good mics aren't always expensive. The first mic that I ever used was an MLX, I think it is. It's either MLX or MXL, but it cost me like $100 and it works perfectly. A lot of people use those mics as starters and you get a really good sound out of it as long as you know what you're doing with the mic. I had the MLX or the MXL, whatever it's called. I had that for like maybe 2-3 years maybe, and then I moved on to this one. This is a Blue Spark microphone made by Blue. I think it's like their cheapest studio mic or vocal mic that they sell. I think at the time it cost me around like $230, $200 maybe. I might have even caught it on sale. But I've had this mic since 2012, I think. So about almost 7 years I've had this mic, and it's been working perfectly. Like I said before, it really doesn't matter what mic you're using. You just need to know what you're doing with it. I've been making hooks with this mic on YouTube since I've been making hooks on YouTube. You feel me? If you want to, you can go back and listen to the old hooks that I put up back in, I think 2013 or something like that, and just see how far the sound has come. And it's been with this mic. This mic made me sound bad and it made me sound good, you feel me? But it had everything to do with how I used it. So if you're looking for a starter mic, the only ones I can recommend to you are the ones that I've used personally. MLX, MXL, whatever it's called, you're gonna see it. I'll probably put a picture up here or a link in the description or something. But if you already have a mic and you're looking to upgrade, maybe you can get a Blue Spark. I'll put a link in the description for that too. So you got your first mic. We gonna have to talk about how you gonna use your mic now. So one of the things that maybe people are struggling with and you don't even know you're struggling with is recording correctly. I can't tell you how many times I've changed the way I record, whether it's the mic gain or how loud I have the mic when I record, how close I am to the mic, where I put the mic, everything. Like it really is trial and error. It's not gonna be this like magical formula or there's not gonna be one way to record. You have to really figure out how you want to record and what works for you and what gives you your best sound. So definitely play around with it. Play around with where you have your mic set up, how you're using it with the volume and how close you are to it, all those kind of things. All that shit matters for real. Your environment matters too, but I can't say that my environment has been a really important part in how I record. Like this room that I record, like I record here. This room is echoey as fuck, but the way I record, the way I have everything set up, where I place it, how loud I record, all that shit, like you never know. You would think that I record in a booth, maybe. I record right here. This is where I record all my hooks, most of my songs, and I haven't really felt the need to like set up a whole booth and like put all this foam on the walls and shit like that. I mean, I still want to put foam up just because it would make the sound even better, but it just hasn't affected me as much as you might think. I might just be lucky on this, but I mean, who knows? Like, so you found out how you want to record and how it works for you. So now we're gonna have to talk about something that's probably gonna hurt a lot of y'all feelings. We're gonna talk about Autotune. Autotune is not supposed to make you sound good. Autotune is not supposed to make you sound like you can sing. If you can't hold a note, then Autotune is not gonna make you sound like you can. Autotune is just gonna make sure that you're in key. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. I done heard a lot of songs, not necessarily on my beats, some of them on my beats, some of them not, but y'all be using Autotune and I can just tell that y'all just don't know how to hold notes. You don't know how to sing, and that's cool. You don't need to know how to like sing like fucking, I don't know, Beyonce or whatever, man, Jacquees, you feel me? But you have to at least know how to control your voice. And you also have to make sure that you have Autotune set to the right key. That might even be one of the main problems y'all got, is just finding the right key for the song that you're about to record. If you're recording in the wrong key, then your Autotune is gonna be all fucked up, like, period. This is over with. The best way I can explain how Autotune is supposed to work is like if you're bowling with guardrails on. You feel me? Like, the guardrails are gonna make sure that you stay in your lane. You're not gonna go in the gutter. But if you throw your ball into the gutter, you not finna hit no pins. You feel me? I actually have seen people like use guardrails and they still end up in the gutter. I have no idea how that shit happens. That's probably not the best example, but you probably get what I'm saying. You feel me? Like, if you're not anywhere close to the note that you need to be hitting, then Autotune's not gonna make you hit that note. I think the best way to go about fixing like Autotune is, one, make sure you got the right key, and two, practice. If you're gonna be using Autotune, then yeah, you're singing. Even if you rapping, you're singing. So you need to practice holding notes and figuring out, you know, how to control your voice. So fix your Autotune, please, for me, cause that shit sounds terrible. So you got your Autotune working right. So let's move on to the next part. Plugins. You are probably using too many plugins. Probably. I had a couple of homies come up to me and ask me about mixing vocals, and when they show me what they do on their projects, one of the first things that I noticed is that they're just using way too many plugins, man. Like, I use like 3-4 plugins max on my vocals. Max, for real, for real. That's like if I really need it, like I'll probably have a 4th one. But that's before reverb and delay and all that extra shit. I'm just saying, like, to get my shit sounding clean, I use like 3 or 4 max. You know, it don't take a whole lot, especially when you're following the first steps or the first 2 steps, recording correctly and getting your Autotune right. You don't need a whole lot more. And when you're using plugins and mixing them and EQing and everything like that, make sure you know what you're gonna do with the plugin before you even do it. Make sure you know what the issue is and what and how you're gonna solve that problem. Or at least, like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of mix with a purpose. Don't just be twisting knobs and, you know, putting plugins on for no reason. Know what you need to do with that plugin to get the result that you want out of your vocals. Honestly, that was probably one of the biggest things that I had to learn about mixing my vocals and even beats. There was a point in time where I was watching a lot of videos from a YouTube channel called In The Mix. I'll leave a link for there, whatever. I don't remember what video it was. I'm sure it was something like biggest EQ tips that you need to know, or some shit like that. But in that video, one of the main things that I remember was them saying mix with a purpose. And actually, now that I think about it, it might not have been their video. Either way, in the mix is actually a good channel to watch when it comes to like mixing and shit like that. But it might have been their video. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. It was like last year, maybe in the summer. But yeah, mix with a purpose. Know what the problem is. Know what you're gonna do to try to solve it. You dig? So you just realized why I tried to do this shit like 5 times and it just didn't work out. So yeah, your vocals are trash. The 3 reasons that we talked about today are recording properly, getting your Autotune to work for you and not against you, and don't overmix. Don't use too many plugins. You know what I'm saying? Mix with a purpose. So go record some vocals, go record a song and try these out. Hopefully these were actually helpful. If they were, definitely let me know in the comments. Let me know which one was, especially helpful for you. And make sure y'all stay tuned, because soon enough I'm going to be going over my process on how I record and mix my vocals. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all for watching. I've been Kevin Hughes, and I'll see you in the next video.
I caught a bag and then flipped it 100 ways. I catch a bag and then flip it and run away. You get mad, so I send you the other way. Under the mattress ain't holding no laundry. She on my mattress in some kind of lingerie. Caught in the satin, it don't make a difference. Part of my habits, I probably wasn't listening. Whip automatic, but still I